Hello and welcome to Novi Sad here in Serbia for live coverage of the Women's European Handball Championships. Clayton Lucas here with you for action from Group D as Iceland take on Russia. Well, it's the last chance saloon for Iceland. A win would put them through to the main round. Lose or draw and they're out. These are the games we've got coming up for you today. Russia versus Iceland is the first one, and then after that we'll have Romania versus Montenegro, two teams who are actually already qualified. Now for Russia, well, a draw would be good enough to see them through. This is currently how the table looks. Iceland with 0 points, so they would have the necessary 2 points to take them through if they could beat Russia. Russia are in transition, but even so you would expect them to get a result. They have played each other at this stage in 2010, and it was Russia who won that encounter. First glimpse of our referees, the Bonaventura sisters, who those of you who watch your handball will know that they were in charge of the women's Olympic final, in charge for this one today. Charlotte and Julie. So even though Russia are 4 times world champions and have never missed the main round stage of this competition, they are potentially treading on some very thin ice in this game. We're at the Vojvodina Arena here in Novi Sad. It does fit in 8,000 fans. There's in the region of 2,000 in at the moment. Teams lined up on the court, and we're just moments away from the national anthems. So we'll start with Russia and we'll finish with Iceland. So the Russian lineup, it's a team, as I mentioned earlier, in transition. Number 23, Anna Punko, has yet to make it into double figures for national team appearances, but has become already a mainstay for her team. The right back will no doubt be in evidence today. players to look out for. Well, Tatiana Kimdirova, who plays centre-back but also as a playmaker. And Ekaterina, number 17, Ekaterina Andreshina, who plays in the same role. Looking to influence proceedings today. For Iceland, well, as always, they'll be looking to their keeper, number 1, Gudni Jenny Asmundsdottir. But add into that number 5, Ruth Jonsdottir, and number 3, Anna Sif Pallasdottir. The player who has played particularly well, in fact, has been Ruth Jonsdottir. 114 goals so far in her 60 international appearances. The one area that's just let Iceland down is their ability to finish things off. They play so well for 3/4 of the time, and then it's just at that business end where they need to get the job done. They've been unable to do so. The Russian head coach Vitaly Krokin, he's been calm to a certain degree, and he has been quite pragmatic and quite realistic with the fact that it isn't the strongest team at the moment. Now, August Johansson, if things are going right, well, he's great, but when they're not, goodness me, will he let the players know? Big game for Iceland. It's a must-win game for Iceland if they're going to stay in this competition. Away we go then. Iceland in red, attacking the goal to the left. And it's Russia in black and white who are defending. This for a place in the main round. A draw will be good enough for Russia. Iceland have to win. That one's gone the wrong side of the post. If Iceland do win, they would go through, but they'd be taking absolutely no points with them. But just to get through would be their main aim. Punko, number 23 for Russia. Still learning her trade. But a star in the making, definitely. Katerina Andreshina getting her first touches. Punko. So Makieva, number 19, running the line, along with number 2, Polina Kutsnikova, who plays on the left wing. There's Russia it is, who get things going through number 5, Ludmila Postnova, who expect to see a lot more of that from her today. So Karen Nutsdottir, number 2, is the starting player at the moment as the playmaker for Iceland. Offloading to Sugarsdottir. Nice save by Maria Sidorova. And away come Russia. Interesting pass, which was denied. Not quite sure what Andreshina was trying to achieve, other than to get the ball to Postnova, but not with a pass like that. So it's Sigurdsdottir, Nutsdottir and Jonsdottir, the 3 who are moving the ball around currently. And then coming in off the line there was Dagny Skuladottir. Coming in off of that left wing, but it all comes to nothing, and now away come Russia. Kutsnikova with the goal. She goes crashing into Asmundsdottir. Just acknowledging the fact. Oh, well, her foot was down surely before that ball was released, but referee lets it go. You can jump into the area to shoot, but you must release the ball before you land. In the process or in the act of shooting isn't good enough. It has to have gone from your fingers. There's just no way through, and the pass into Karen Nutsdottir, number 2, wasn't the best. Looking at the stats, Russia very much one of the taller teams here, and Iceland one of the smaller. But that's the sort of thing Iceland need to do more of. It doesn't necessarily benefit you from being the tallest team. You can move the ball around like that. Nice offload from Sigurðardóttir to Knutsdóttir, and completely unmarked, fires home for Iceland's first goal. So teams that are already qualified through to the main round from the 4 groups, as that's a good save from Ásmundsdóttir. A chance maybe for Iceland to come away, draw things level. In Group A, Norway are through. Already have 4 points. In Group B, Sweden are through with 4 points. In Group C, Spain and Hungary are through with 4 points and 2 points respectively. And in this group, Group D, Montenegro and Romania are already through. But in terms of where they're going to end up and the placings in which they're going to end up is yet to be decided. There's only been one draw so far, and that was between Romania and Russia. 21 all. Every other group it's been a victory or a loss, depending on which way you look at it. Well, a victory and a loss. Well, Iceland's goal has been ruled out, so just having a look to see why. Must have been a foot down before the ball was released, which is a shame because looked to be a decent enough goal. So Russia's still 2 ahead, 5 minutes on the clock. Yellow card given to Mekieva and to number 5, Ásmundsdóttir from Iceland. Mekieva for Russia, picking up a yellow card. Bunko to Posnova, over the top and into the corner. So already 2 goals for Ludmila Posnova. She'll be looking for plenty more. Stays nice and straight in the air, doesn't she? Gets over the top of the block and then fires that ball in. It's a pretty tall defensive wall that Russia are putting up through Posnova, Andrejshina and Mekieva. 19-17. Lysana Punka, 23, who now comes out to join the attack, and out onto the wing, Olga Chinoivanenko, just at the bottom of your picture, and another goal for Posnova. That one was an easy one. Iceland's defence crumbled in front of her. Massive gap, not closed down early enough. And so Iceland call the timeout. How's Agus Johansson going to deal with this?
Stefán, nú geimið byrjað, það sem það að gerast þetta akkurat bara sem við erum búin að tala ekkert annað. Klippingar og klippingar inn á miðjuna og við stöndum á 6 metrum. Punktur! Við þurfum að koma okkur í gang núna. Ekki eftir 10 mínútur. Sóknarlega, við erum aðeins svo nálægt þeim. Þeir eru aðeins breiðari, stella og skipti. Þú ert ekki að sækja í skot, þú ert að sækja í fríkust. Skipta þess, Ramóni kom til vinstranni. Karen á miðjunni. Karen! Já, byrjið í breytt, spilið aðeins frjálst á þær. Það er mikið pláss á milli þeirra. Ekki vera á nálægt þeim. Ok?
Maria Yatseva with a tracksuit top on, yet to come into the action. The right winger for Russia, it's Olga Chinoivanenko, number 29, who's got that spot at the moment. Well, Iceland normally start pretty bright and have done in their last 2 matches, but to be 4-0 down is the reason why Johansson's called the timeout. Iceland having lost the ball, been turned over 3 times so far. So change in personnel with Ramune Petterskite in number 22 for Iceland. And number 17, Anna Ursula Gudmundsdottir running the line, taking the ball now. Easy stop, Sidorova. Quite likes that two-handed layoff, does Andreas, doesn't she? And at last, Iceland have the goal. Oh, 7 minutes it's taken. And it's Rosa, the right winger, Rosa Stefansdottir, picks the ball up and wasn't going to miss from there. And just as soon as Iceland have their goal, Russia comes straight back. Nice work from Anna Punko over the top. That one bouncing down awkwardly around the feet of the keeper. 83% shot efficiency. That's pretty good going so far for Russia. That's a good finish. That one will count for Karen Nutsdottir. So Iceland will feel they're back in the game. Just 3 behind. That one went straight through Maria Sidorova. Kitsnikova comes in. And there was a bit of space. Oh, I think that Punko 4, that Posnova was going to have the shot because the gap had opened up in front of her, but she decided to make the pass and that caught Punko by surprise. So it's a turnover for Iceland. Well, that looked like a clash of hips, not sure. It's so quick, wasn't it? And it's going to be a suspension, is it? For indeed it is. 2 minutes then for Olga Chinoivanenko, who's feeling a little bit hard done by at the moment. She was still moving when contact was made. It was the right decision. I'm sure all your Iceland fans are saying, yeah, it was the right decision. And all the Russian fans, you're saying, no, it wasn't. Bragasdottir, Rachel Bragasdottir, who's now in, number 7. Working alongside Nutsdottir. 2 of them are centres by definition. Nice ball out to the wing, chance. Oh, good save, and picked up and finished. Oh, unlucky. And in the area, so it doesn't, it goes against Iceland. It looked as if Bragasdottir, Gudmundsdottir, in fact, was going to get that follow-up and score after Stefansdottir had made the initial attempt from the wing. So Marina Yatseva is now in for Russia, number 15, bottom of your picture. And also in number 3, Tatiana Kimiryova with the ball. So a couple of changes for Russia, just resting a few personnel, 10 minutes in, giving them a breather. Andreshkina getting that breather, and it's a penalty. Which is just as well because Makieva made a mess of it. Foul given against Gudmundsdottir. Nice work, Zielinskate denied. And a big fist pump for Jenny Asmundsdottir. Went the right way, made a good save. Bragadottir. Iceland come back out to go back in again. Nice stop. The Iceland's ball. Sidorova just trying to delay things a little bit. Petterskite. Oh, the low shot works this time. Good effort from Karin Knutsdottir. So I think a tall line, hands high. And there's space around by the knees. Expertly found by Karin Knutsdottir. Punko, Posnova and Kimirova working as the three players, the triangle, to get this ball towards the goal. Posnova goes down, and looks like there's going to be a card coming here for number 5. Look, Jonsdottir, is it? Indeed it is. Oh, it's another good save from Asmundsdottir. That's 2 important saves already. This time with the foot to deny Emilia Ture, who's only come on just to take the penalty. And it's gone back off again. Kuznikova taking her place up in the top corner out on the wing. And she gets it now off Kimirova, and it's denied by the post, and that's going to fall kindly for Iceland, who can bring it away with Skuladottir, who does it all on her own, but it's denied. And maybe a chance here on the break, is there? No, not quite. Kuznikova couldn't get full control of the ball, so Russia have to slow it down. Again, Posnova, Punko and Kimirova working the ball out to the wing. Yartseva, no room for her. Closed down very quickly. Well, Asmundsdottir will feel a little bit aggrieved by that. It was straight at her, and it went between, well, it went above her and under the crossbar. She's got her hands up, but then she brought them down again, didn't she? Well, why did she do that? She had her hands up, and then she brought them down, and then had to put them back up to where they were, and by that time the ball had gone past. This is a reactionary thing, but if you've got your hands up, keep them up for the keeper. As the ball goes low, Yartseva brings it away. Kuznikova, well, looked like she had a load of steps. No travelling call, the goal's given. Finish. Karaman getting slightly ahead of himself, looking for the fast break ball. The players have eventually caught up. Oh, that was a ferocious shot by Ludmila Posnova. Doesn't find the target, and Iceland comes straight back down the court with it. Low one, and that's a nice stop. Sidorova got something on that from Petterskite. just enough to force it onto the upright. Kimirova, Punko and Posnova again. Posnova never present at the moment. Anna Sen may well come in, and so too Victoria Zilinskate, just to give her a breather at some point. And there is no respite at the moment for Iceland as Russia continue to look for goals, continue to keep the pressure on. Oh, not a good pass from Punko, but it's recovered by Kuznetsova. Wild one from Yatseva. Just about kept under control by Skuladotter, who goes off, and coming onto court for the first time is Margaret Ragnarsdottir. Has the ball now. Space, but it's a good save from Sidorova. There was some room there for Stefansdottir to attack, and plenty of room for Russia to do likewise. And that really was a very easy finish from Ksenia Makieva. Nobody tracking back. It was a foul, definitely in the act of shooting, wasn't it? You could see that Gudmundsdottir's arm was held back, and Makieva gets a 2-minute suspension for that. She gets the ball and then gets stopped. Just grabbed the hand. Good finish. So Zilinskate is in. It's Punko takes a rest. So too in is Emilia Turay, number 25, out on the left wing. Yellow card for Posnova. Take the pick for which one. I think in the end it was number 28. So Zilinskate. And indeed it was Posnova who not only gets the yellow card but gives away the penalty. And Iceland just creeping their way back into this one. Second goal in a row for Bragsdottir. Posnova won't mind getting the yellow card. It's a 2-minute suspension she won't be too pleased about getting. So far, Russia having committed 2 fouls. Shinoivanenko and Makieva have been gone to the bench. Offload, good save. Posnova thought about the shot but gave it to Kimirova. She went for the top corner but denied by Asmundsdottir. Better sky. Bragadottir can't get it through, and now Russia could look to bring it away, but Sidorova decides to delay. It was Anna Ursula Gudmundsdottir who couldn't get the ball. Postnova can't capitalise, but it's off the block and out, so Russia keep possession. If it hits the goalkeeper and goes behind, then it's Iceland's ball. If it comes off a defender, it remains the attacking team's ball. Touré in the top corner, waiting for a chance to come in off the wing. But it's not required as Postnova fires in again. 4 goals for her. Loads of room right in the middle of the area as well. Ksenia Makieva doing her job in creating that space for Postnova to go and shoot into. Something that Gudmundsdóttir is trying to do for Iceland. Just moving across the line, drawing defenders away from where the attacking team are going to go. Same on both sides. Kimarova getting in there as well, so Russia putting 2 players on the line. Makieva again, just so much going on off the ball. If you take your eye off it for a moment, just watch what the line players are doing and watch how the defenders are trying to get them out of the way and tuck them up, as well as trying to close down the player with the ball. And then when the wing guys come in as well, that creates even more pressure. Yartseva, that's really well done, good save from Ásmundsdóttir. Well, that's foot in the area. Iceland keep the ball. Poor pass. And Russia with the ball call the timeout.
Мяч погнали, отскакивает с броском заборы. А то ты, получается, без броска набегаешь, а они тебя не держат, перебегают сюда. На отходе, как ты с опоры бросаешь, будь готова хотя бы к броску. Подышали. Давай, 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 давай. Давай, сейчас не останавливайся, давай, на победу. На площадке.
Stella Sigurðardóttir then with the warning by the referees. Postnova, Kuznekova, Punko. Oh, that was unlucky. Kimarikova was trying to get hold of the ball, but was held back. Yartseva, oh, it's going to be a penalty. And in fact, it's Ivanenko who's fouled. Sigurðardóttir will say that she was stood still. Nice finish. Anna Sen with her first goal. Somehow managed to get the shot away. Don't worry, Punko always looks like that. Well, that worried look about her, hasn't she? And she's fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be a penalty for Iceland. And in comes, for the first time in the match, Maria Basarab. See if she can stop Bragadottir. And there's your answer. Well, there doesn't seem to be at the moment any real threat coming from Iceland in terms of what Russia are having to deal with. Well, that's a nice goal though, isn't it? That was really well done. Sidorova not very happy, but that was an excellent finish from Skladottir to get that past the near post. A 4-goal lead, and it's not got any closer than that so far in this half. 4-0 up Russia went. And despite Iceland's 7 goals, Russia remain 4 ahead. Good save from Asmundsdottir to deny Chinoivanenko. Well, Iceland biding their time. Bragadottir not on target. They need to be on target at the very least. Sen and scores again, so her job is to score from the penalty spot. She's doing that extremely well. Job done. Back to the bench, tracksuit top on, quick sip of water and wait for the next opportunity. Iceland need to come up with something here to try and get in behind, get through this Russian wall. A little bit more penetration required. The offloads are there, but there's no real threat being derived. The line not making enough gaps, not making enough spaces. That's a bit better. The goal's not going to count. There's a couple of opportunities now. A couple of times the ball's been in the back of the net. And it's going to be a penalty. Bragadottir. Oh dear, unlucky. Good effort with the lob. but denied by the crossbar. So into the last few minutes, Russia will be very happy with the way things are at the moment. When these two teams played in 2010, and it was 30-21 for Russia as they booked their place in the main round. Getting me over, Chimovanenko. Kutsnikova. Oh, that's a great shot. A nice smile from Kimirova. She gets that one across the keeper, Asmundsdottir. Iceland will be happy to get into the half-time as soon as possible, really, so they can regroup and rethink their strategy, because it's not working for them at the moment. Well, just that slip seemed to upset the confidence of Bragarsdottir, and Iceland paid the price. She made the pass, slipped and was off balance, got the ball back a little bit too quickly, and so away comes Russia. Victoria Zelenskete with the goal, and now a 7-goal lead for Russia. August Johansson, the Icelandic coach, does have 2 timeouts still available to him, one in this half if he wants it. If not, gets carried over to the next. But with the half-time fast approaching, probably going to save it. Well, coming together of Gudmundsdottir and Makieva, which just results in Icelandic ball. Want to finish on the up here if they can, Iceland. Get the goal like that. That's brilliantly done. A little bit more of that required from Iceland. Give the fans something more to cheer about. Skuladottir getting that one in. They just need to keep Russia out here and make that goal worth something going into the half-time break. This is the last attack of the half, you feel, unless Iceland can pinch it. Over. Oh, they very nearly did pinch it. It's going to be a penalty, though. The buzzer goes. So this is going to be the last play of the half. And Anna Sen comes back in to take the penalty. Thorfinn Haraldsdottir comes in. Let's see if she can stop it. And she can't. So the last word goes to Russia. They lead 15-8 at the half-time interval, and they've dominated right from the start here, leading 4-0. Going into the changing rooms, 15-8 up, exactly where they want to be, with 1 foot in the main round. Icelandic fans aren't leaving. They're just going to go and get some refreshments, get themselves ready to come back and cheer their team on. 1 fast break for Iceland, and look at that, 4 from 4 for Russia, and a 63% efficiency from the court. That's the goals, and hardly any at all for Iceland in that opening 10-minute period, and it's Russia who've finished on the high, on the up. There's your top scorers. And as the teams take a short break, so too will I. And I'll be back again with you for the start of the second half. Don't go away. So now what have Iceland then got up their sleeve for this second half? They know if they lose, they're going home, and they desperately don't want to go home. But Russia are firmly in control of this match at the moment. Kimirova gets sent crashing to the floor. Again, just showing just how bruising an encounter handball is for both players. Andersen could have a very fruitful night, couldn't she? She's just coming on to take penalties. John's dot here, back out to Nuts dot here. Russia defending well, closing down the space early. Nicely done though. Karen Nutsdottir with the goal. Just enough room to work her magic. Trying to, with all her might, Mikieva to get through. Grunt. And she got the shot away. Good save. On the height paying dividends there for Russia. And it ends up with the goal. Chimoy Ivanenko with the finish. Mikieva looks to be in some discomfort. Oh, it was just the face, wasn't it? It was accidental as she's come through. Head butted her on the jaw, but completely unintentionally. That's going to really hurt. It was Skuratot who clashed into it. No look pass, and it results in the goal. Excellent work by Russia. Mikieva with the goal. And Iceland at last have won. Still in skate. Good save. You could hear that one, couldn't you, as it thumped into the midriff of Armansdottir. Well, that's what she's there for. Kick the ball out, get in the way of it. Good stop. Sidorova doing her job. Both keepers being called into action. And both up to the job. Anna Punko is sent tumbling. And into the action, number 21, Hilda Þorgeirsdóttir. There's some defending to do. Oh, that's given away cheaply. Bragadottir off, Knutsdottir in. Just couldn't find far enough to get the shot away, but it doesn't matter because Stefansdottir has done the business. Nice ball out to the wing, and Kuznetkova couldn't get there quickly enough. Good offload. Anna Sen has now come into the action as more than just a penalty taker, and she completely releases number 17, Andriešina. The Icelandic defence all moved up, and she was left all on her own. Easy finish for Andriešina. Take. Iceland keep it. Oh, that's a good finish. Pick that one out. Boots Jonsdottir with the goal. Saw the angle and fired that one in. That's brilliant. Sen. Kuznetkova brings it back inside. So Russia now starting to get all their players involved. Alexandra Stepanova, number 10, working the line. And it's a great finish from Anna Punko. There's good trouble here, is there? Anna Sen with the suspension. It's been a pretty trouble-free match so far in terms of suspensions. Russia with 6 minutes worth, including the one they're currently suffering. It's a good stop. And for Iceland, well, they haven't had anybody off yet. Let's hope I haven't spoke too soon for you Icelandic fans. Kimarova. Andriešina, Kimarova again, has a look, decides better of it. Kuznetkova. Well, we just seem to get a little bit jammed up on that side. Oh, that was nicely done. Little shimmy and a shuffle. And Shinoganenko finds some room to have the shot and score. Iceland denied by the woodwork, and Russia come away with it. Good ball, great finish. Paulina Kuznecova went steaming up the left wing, cut inside. And it's a lovely ball from number 17, Andrea Shina, to send Kuznecova away and then score the goal. So timeout called now as things start to get desperate for Iceland.
Hlusta vel núna. Ok, líkurnar á sigri ekkert rosalega miklar, en það lifa ennþá. En við þurfum að sýna karakter núna, stelpur, og spila varnarleikinn áfram. Við þurfum að spila sóknarleikinn einhverju viti áfram. Við erum 6-5 núna og við erum að tapa því 2-0. Stelpur, við erum að reyna að minnka muninn og sýna smá karakter og klára þetta með sóma. Haldum áfram að keyra í löngu klippingu. Leggstu á þristu. Ekki fara bara frá, harða á hana það. Spilum við Danmark hægri, 6-5, komdu og skoðið tilbaka í gólfi. Hotta mennsku.
Значит, по уверению размена игра. По доверию закончится на секунду. Значит, опять забрали.
This 10-point margin is looking very good for Russia. They're looking safe at the moment, aren't they? Nice steal. Chance for Russia to extend the lead still further. Denied by the woodwork. Stepanova goes crashing to the floor and fouled in the act of shooting. So they'll have the penalty. Foul committed by Gudmundsdottir, and Anna Sen steps up again. And at the second time of asking, gets the ball home. Russia now in cruise control. Straight at the keeper, but come back very kindly for it, and no mistake with that one. Bounce pass, and surely Iceland could score. They do. So after committing the foul, and Ursula Gudmundsdottir goes up the other end and scores. Well, it doesn't seem to matter what Iceland do at the moment. Russia are in no danger in this match as it stands. They are scoring with relative ease. Iceland aren't having much luck in front of goal either, are they? They might do here now, though. 2-on-1. And they make it count. Ruth Jonsdottir with the goal. Over. A little lob roll in from Andriashina is easily picked off by Iceland. Bragadottir thinks about the shot now on the wing. Maybe they can score again. Oh, brilliantly done. Very good work by Astabirna Gunnarsdottir. Step inside, and Chilonivenko couldn't do anything about it. Neither could the keeper. More off the back of the save. So Russia call the timeout.
Давайте, на победу! Эй, не заебал!
Well, maybe there's some still hope for Iceland. Skúladóttir with the goal. Maybe there's still a story to be told here in Novi Sad. Russia just have to hold their nerve, don't they? They can trade goal for goal. That'll do them fine. And the longer Iceland can keep them out, the better. As that's the problem area they've had, and then they've been punished. Yatseva goes wide and foot in the area, so no foul committed. Iceland escaped that one, and maybe they can bring it down the other end and score themselves. Anna Sen defending. Iceland keep possession. That's not going to count. Well, Iceland have been guilty of that quite a lot in this match. And they are sort of unforced errors in that respect, which at this level you can't afford to make. 3 or 4 opportunities to score, and they've messed them up through having the foot in the area. Good save, but it's a penalty. Just took her eye off the ball. Bit of space now for Iceland, but that one goes wide of the mark. Gunnarsdottir with the miss. So he's been used sparingly, and Russia now just bringing in some of those fresh legs to really hammer home their advantage. And that's exactly what Ekaterina Elena has done. Number 33 has been on for about 3 or 4 minutes with her first goal, and Iceland will start to be feeling very tired at the moment. So a little over 10 minutes left. Iceland have changed keepers. So Drofin Haraldsdottir is in. Just want to think that these are not token efforts from Iceland, but the way it's going, it looks as if they are. Haraldsdottir with the goal. It's a new lineup for Russia here with Milova, number 11. $11 goals the difference now. Stepanova Turay and Elena plus Sen. Well, there's a few teething problems defensively as Haraldsdottir scores again. But it's a new look Russian lineup at the moment. Yatseva out on the wing. Coming in now to receive the ball. Elena. That one stays out. 2-minute suspension for the push, and so that means Iceland's woes continue. Skuladottir goes off. Well, the floor is not that forgiving when you hit it that hard. It looked quite innocuous, didn't it? But she's certainly feeling it. Good block. Iceland, though, will get to go again. So Russia as well changed everybody now. Maria Basarab is in to replace Sidorova. And the entire bench are on court for Russia. Penko is off and Kieva is off. So too Posnova, Kuznetskova, Kimirova, all taking a rest, having done exactly what head coach Vitaly Krokin wanted. Milana had the shot but without the ball. Petterskate taking it off her. She's grabbed the ball, hasn't she? But she's given away the penalty in the process. Well, that looks like another foul. Although Ilana surely was in the area. Another penalty. Gets the ball. Well, make up your own mind whether you believe it's a penalty or not. Referee did, so that's all that matters. Soraya can bring it away. And Sen, well, she can't find the target. You get the feeling both teams are kind of going through the motions at the moment. Iceland, it looks as if they're resigned to leaving the tournament, and Russia to advancing through. Although it's going to be an uphill task for Russia, that's for sure. At best, they'll only have 1 point to go through with. And it's Russia who've called the timeout.
Да не надо, ты на меня смотри. Мне нужно, чтобы ты на меня смотрел. Мы потом разберемся, что. Ближе ко мне. Значит, играем. Программу дали. Быстрее, быстрее, быстрее. Вот там ты в центре получаешь, у тебя 4 метра разрыв. Показала топор, отпрыгнула и переводик. Если развалит защиту, если куча, подержала, отдай, ищи следующий момент, понимаешь? Вы же ориентироваться, когда бросать, когда не бросать должны. И доиграем. Второй рывок быстрее.
Доигрывай, все вместе на победу! Эй!
So Iceland survived that one. Can they get themselves 12 goals in 5 minutes without letting Russia respond? Mathematically, it's still possible. Realistically, not. Going to get a penalty, Sen penalised. Foot in the area. So Iceland profit from it. Skuladator taking over from the penalty spot. Well, it's caught the foot, so Iceland will have the ball back, looking for a goal here if they can on the break. But Russia back again very quickly. Well, Iceland seems to be in no hurry, do they? Yet the seconds are ticking away, and so too is their time in the tournament. Oh, and that's nice, little Kemper from Iceland. Worth a celebration from Rod Johnsdottir. Ball's in, up she goes, in the area, gets the shot away. Classic Kemper. Well, that was the scoreline when they last met at this stage in 2010. And history is at the moment repeating itself. Well, Russia have done what they set out to, and that was to qualify for the main round and keep up their impressive record in that department. And with this team that is in transition, that is rebuilding, you look around the squad and you say, yep, there's definitely some players here who are going to be some big names of the future. Oh, goodness me, felt that, really did. No chance to put her arms out, and that's winding as much as anything, as she went down flat on her back. Oh, well, I'm glad the camera was following the ball, really, because you don't want to see that again. didn't have a chance to put her arms out, did Ksenia Milova. Gudmundsdottir gets a suspension. So that's the end of her European Championships. So Russia playing out the final moments of this match. Jelena. Does it again. She's looked lively, hasn't she, since she's come on. Yatseva with a good finish. Managing to change hands on the way. In fact, foot down in the area, so it's not been given. So last attack then. Finish on a high, as they say when you're in training. Finish with a good one. But the buzzer goes. And in terms of whether it was a good one or not, well, it's good as far as Russia are concerned, because they are through. And the last play of the game will be a shot from Skuladottir. Up goes the block for Russia. And that is the end of that. She just apologises, but she's like, well, did you have to do that? Well, indeed she did. So that's it. Iceland are out. First team to exit the competition is Iceland. Russia through to the main round. Well, I guess it was always going to be an uphill struggle for Iceland. They played well in their opening two games, just couldn't quite see things home and push the world champions. But when it came down to it, Russia were just too good in what was the crunch game for both teams, and with Russia's back to the wall, they came out fighting. That's how the goals were scored. And now they will go back and look to how they can get on and progress from the main round. Whether that will actually happen remains to be seen. Posnova top scoring for Russia, Gudmundsdottir for Iceland. It's been a fascinating encounter. That's where the goals have come from for Russia. They kind of bludgeoned their way through the centre. And for Iceland, it's been a mixed bag for them. Just not enough goals. Well, that concludes our coverage from this match. That's how things currently stand. Russia move into second and into the main round, along with Romania and Montenegro. Montenegro and Romania will now be jostling for position in the next game, which will be here at 8:15 CET time. And until then, from myself, Clayton Lucas, goodbye.